ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We are going to talk about the human relation principle. One is the house. We started, with a kind of a house. Okay. Now, the last principle, what we discussed last class, do unto others as if it wish them to do unto you. See, this is a golden rule. This is the rule which is able to accommodate all the other 9 principles. Okay, this is something like a golden wire on which you can have this 9 Navaratnas to have it. That means once you are able to understand this particular concept, that is the empathy, do unto others, that means you are able to live through, in and through, with all these 9 principles, which will be make it to happy. Okay, so we discussed about core values, self-esteem, trust, and all others also. And the last principle is the empathy. That is me, you, and we. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the enthusiasm. Is the second principle. It is the second principle. Put enthusiasm into your work. When you say work, that means in all activities. Okay. Now what is enthusiasm? We are going to discuss. And you must be completely fired up with enthusiasm and also must be excited in whatever that you are going to do also. Okay. This is what we call the enthusiasm. It is the magnet which will be able to attract all the people around you. Okay, this is the kind of the enthusiasm which we are going to discuss. Okay, what do you mean by enthusiasm? It is a Greek word. That means inspire. That is enthos is the Greek word which means, inspire. Then when you say entho, which means within, that which comes from within is the enthu. That means when you say enthusiasm, the Spirit of God within you, the Spirit of God within me, which is generated from within me. Okay, and it is also a kind of a state of mind where your head, heart, hand, and mind is completely involved. This is what we call the 3H. That is, the head, heart, and head, and also the mind. Okay, when you talk about this enthusiasm, it is the total involvement of whatever that you are doing also. You may be asking, why should I have the enthusiasm? Isn't it? Now, if you have a kind of a energy, if you have got any kind of a excitement in life, if you don't want to have any kind of exhaustion, that means you must have a kind of a enthusiasm. There is no other choice. That is the charm actually. Okay, you have to really get a kind of a enthusiasm which we have been talking about on the particular session. Okay, see, when I say enthusiasm, that means it's an internal mental display. So you cannot get it from outside. You cannot buy it from the shop. It is not available in the mall. That means it comes from within. You have to understand the dynamics of this enthusiasm. Okay. Now, once you are having a kind of an enthusiasm, that means whatever that you are going to do, it becomes very easy. The toughest job will become the easiest job. Why? Because there is a lot of mental energy to back you up with the tough situation. Okay, that means you get a lot of positive flow of energy. Where it is coming from? It is from within. Okay, see that means once you have a kind of the energy level, the highest level. See that means you are be able to get a kind of the enthusiasm or a kind of the power to do certain things. Okay, when there is a problem, that means you have got two choices. One is you fight or fly, isn't it? Either you fly from the problem or fight. This is the message which Krishna gave it to Arjuna, isn't it? So either you can fight or you can fly away. The choice is yours. Now, any problem, any activity, when there is a kind of a difficulty, so that means you must have a kind of a mental positive energy of thought. That's what we call the smile. See, for example, we always talk about the smile. When you say smile, what happens? The situation is same, right? But this smile lessen the kind of a tension. Okay, and you have to try. It is not a theory. Okay, I cannot explain, but you have to experience. Okay, that means you must have a enthusiasm. Now, how can I really explain to you about enthusiasm? That means you see certain things which you really like it. Anything that you really like it, that means you are completely enthused. See, for a boy, who want to play cricket, he is completely enthused. Suppose the same person, he may not have the same, enthusiasm in the study. Now the question is, now you have to understand which is very important, and wherever that it is important for me, I must get a tremendous amount of the positive flow of energy. See, ultimately the question of the energy level. See, when I smile, there is a lot of the positive flow. When I get enthusiasm, it is something like a kind of a lot of positive flow. Now, let me tell you, suppose when you go to your superior, or I will put the other way. Suppose superior in the job come and ask you, is it, can you do this particular job? Suppose if you are not very enthusiastic, that means the enthusiasm of your superior will also come down. Why? It is a negative energy. Okay, suppose when you say I don't have the enthusiasm, see that means it's a negative energy. It is something like a disease. So disease will always spread. So what you have to understand is particular one. Any job or any interaction or whatever that you want to do it also, that means you must have a tremendous amount of the positive flow of energy, which I call it as a enthusiasm, which comes from within. You have to develop. It is an attitude. So that means if there is a action, doesn't really matter what you are going to do it also. That means once you have this kind of enthusiasm that I must do it, sometimes it may be very difficult, but the moment you feel it is difficult, that means your level of energy will come down, and that is where you have to pump the enthusiasm. So once you have the enthusiasm, now it's not that will become easier. No, but you will get more strength, more energy to fight the problem. Okay, this is about this enthusiasm. Now, as I told you, see now, suppose I want to talk to you about a particular project. Suppose if we say, no sir, it is not possible. See, there are people who will convince you that how it cannot be done. Okay, now that is not enthusiasm. Okay, being intelligent, you must try to find out, okay, how you can develop a kind of a positive energy within me and also the group. So that is the purpose of this enthusiasm. Okay, now I want to share some example. I like this particular example. Kapil Dev. See, all of you must be knowing about the World Cup, the Cricket World Cup, 1983. Okay, see, we are playing with a West Indies team, which are very powerful at the time, right? So, we scored only 183. See, very small they scored in the World Cup. Okay, now I think Kapil Dev in his dressing room, he made a fantastic statement, I believe. Okay, there are two ways of doing it. Either you fight or fly or succumb. But what Kapil Dev did, he said, forget it, let us go, bowl them out. That means you should not just succumb, you must really fight. So all of you can see this particular match. That means once one person, that is Richard, was out, then the entire team could see the victory. And you must see the kind of the fielding, which was amazing. Right? Indians were known for this bad fielding at that time. Now the way in which they saw the victory to get the World Cup, then everybody was completely fired up. So this kind of the enthusiasm, yes, I can do it. So it was not possible at that time, but it is possible because of the captain's pep talk. Okay, that is one. So I can also share my own experience in Esoterica. Those days, we used to have single digit machine for every month. Okay, so all our employees, they used to compare with the competitor. No sir, we are getting 9, but other people are able to only 3. Then I told them, see, this is a mediocre way of thinking. Then I just called all of them. Then I just told them only one thing. Okay, look, now, see, now we are capable of doing about 1 machine a day. That means about 300 machines per year. Okay, then I just told them only one thing. Now, if you are not able to make it as a 3,000 per year, I think it's not worth, continuing in this business. Okay, then I tried to convince them what is the dynamics of the business. And let me tell you, there is one of Mr. Bhaskar, N. Bhaskar, and he was the first person to say, yes sir, it is possible, so we can do it. Then he only told me, sir, it is possible, so why don't you explain to me, how can you do it? Then I had a kind of a brainstorming. Then I had a lot of, ideas. Then it's a teamwork. Then believe it or not, from 300 machines per year, we went to 3,000. That is, nearly 10 times within 5 years. See, those days, it was very difficult. Maybe now it is possible. Okay, now the entire team was completely fired up with a lot of enthusiasm. So we started, opening the branch in so many places and have different strategies and other things also. Now, why I am trying to make this particular example is, it is possible. Okay, it may be difficult, but once you have the kind of the positive mental flow of the energy or the enthusiasm, it is possible. And the most important thing in life also, that means, yes, is a beautiful quotation by Emerson. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. What a powerful statement, Emerson, isn't it? You cannot achieve anything without enthusiasm. See, one of the beautiful proverbs saying that if you want to give a gift to your children, the only thing you can give is the enthusiasm. All the other wealth and other thing will perish, but not the enthusiasm. That means if you want to do certain things, you must have a tremendous amount of enthusiasm. It comes from within. You cannot buy it. It is not available. You cannot import. Okay. The last one. When I say success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. So what do you mean by that? Men of achievement, they had a tremendous amount of failures. I had so many failures. I had so many failures. Okay, but doesn't really matter. See, that can happen only if there is a command from your inner voice saying that yes, I can do it. That's why I say the God is from within you. There must be inspiration from within you. So that is the meaning of this particular enthusiasm. So that means when you have the enthusiasm, the difficult job becomes very easier. Not because of the job, but the power of the energy which comes from within. Okay, take care. All the best. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhave Om Shanti Shanti Shanti